Hey guys, it's Gash, and it is Monday, April 11th. So I had made a 10-month video updating you guys, but for some reason my computer wasn't allowing my camera to upload it, so it was being really stupid. And I tried numerous times, and it just wasn't working, so I kind of just gave up at like 10 and a half months, or like 10 months and like a week and a half, I guess, close to. So I thought, I was like, alright, well, whatever. I didn't do a 9-month or a 10-month, and so here's my 11-month. I'm actually 3 days away from 11 months on T. But since it's been so long, I would give you guys an update just because there has been some changes and stuff. As you can probably notice, my voice has gotten deeper. I'm kind of actually surprised on how deep it's been since starting T. Like, I was really surprised that it got this deep so fast. And so I was really happy with it because my voice used to be like a really big thing for my dysphoria. Like, it really threw me off. I passed pretty well, usually, but until I started talking, and then when I started talking, people were like, oh, I'm sorry, she, her, and I was like, no, you were right, but I just have a high voice. Like, it was just super annoying, so I kind of just didn't do anything about it. While I was like 4 months on T, I used to get misgendered at work pretty often. Probably just the way I physically looked and my voice was kind of high. I got misgendered quite often, like I said, and so that really threw me off. But like, the thing about it was, like, I never really corrected people that often at work, unless they said he first and then went to she, and I was like, no, you were right, like, I'm a guy, like, blah blah blah. But for the most part, I really didn't like correct people, just because I didn't really want to go through having that conversation all the time, and I just realized that, like, I wouldn't be seeing these people very much in my life, so it really didn't bother me too much. Kind of just let it slide and like let it pass. So then getting to like 6 months on T, I never really got misgendered, and since then I really don't ever get misgendered. Just because I physically look more masculine, and when I start talking, people obviously like assume male, so it's really nice. I guess we'll start with hair changes. I have been growing my hair out. It's kind of worn from the day. I shaved my head back in December, and going into April, like 4 months. My hair is pretty damn long. Probably not going to cut it until at least I hit a year. But it's starting to get really hot here in Idaho. So that kind of sucks, but I like my long hair, so I don't really want to cut it. My hair pattern has definitely changed, though. I noticed that with testosterone, that my hair's like curled a lot right here, and back here more. Don't know really if that's a pro or a con. It's kind of just neutral. I don't really mind it, but sometimes it gets annoying, because my hair gets really fluffy after showers and such. My facial hair has increased in the last few months. Whenever I don't shave, it comes in relatively quick, and my sideburns are starting to thicken up, and I get hair all along my jawline and around my chin. If I go like a while without shaving, I start getting a lot more coming up, and it's nice. I had my mustache growing for like probably a good 3-4 months. And then I went down to Boise for my birthday a couple weeks ago, and my photographer made me shave it, which really was annoying, but I've continued shaving it a couple times now. I'm just going to kind of shave it and let it thicken up. I get a pretty solid mustache, and it starts to come down right here. Now, after like 9.5, 10 months, it started to kind of fade down. So facial hair wise, it's pretty nice. I get more along my neck, but like I said, I shave, so it doesn't really show. My body hair is definitely increased. I've gotten more on my hands. My upper arms are starting to get hairier. It's just gotten darker and longer on my actual like forearms. My chest is starting to get more hair. My stomach is ridiculously hairy. You know, before I started tea, I already had a long happy trail from my chest all the way down to my pelvic area, and it started. I got like one black long hair right under my belly button. It was probably like an inch long, and then soon after I got a bunch more. Now I can't really keep up with it. There's just a big old patch. It's like an inch and a half long. It's ridiculous. And my like sides of my stomach, it's kind of like starting to attach. It's like starting to not be so patchy. It's kind of starting to connect in there. My back hair I know has came in a little bit more. I just noticed that when I'm getting body hair, I'm just really itchy because it's starting to poke through. That kind of sucks, but oh well. What can you do? Me personally, starting tea, I know I've mentioned this in other videos that I was looking forward to body and face hair, facial hair I should say, and so I'm quite pleased with how it's going so far. When I was in Boise, a friend of mine, Thanatos, he pointed out that like he had longer hair on the backs of his thighs. I really hadn't paid attention to that much, and then I looked and I was like, damn, I really do. I shaved the day before I started testosterone. My legs, armpits, like pretty much everything I shaved before I started tea, and it took a little bit to like grow in, but I wanted to see the difference between like being on tea and not being on tea and how my hair grew, and it's gotten along all the way up to my knees, right over my thighs. My thigh hair up, like my upper thighs, is still coming in, but I get pretty itchy, like I said, when it's coming in. But like the backs of my thighs are like pretty hairy, so oh well. Getting more hair on my feet. My ass is most likely getting really hairy. I really don't pay attention to that because it's not really what I wanted. That was the one area, like the one area I didn't want hair, but I mean, being on testosterone and just being naturally born male, like cis males they have hairy asses anyway, so oh well. Trigger warning, like pubic hair, it's like widened out to the sides, like my insides of my thigh, like at my hip area, starting to come up and connect to my happy trail a lot more. So I just shave like around there. I leave like the upper area not shaved because it doesn't bother me. But when I notice that it's growing a lot more, it just gets super itchy. But I mean, just like all hair, it gets itchy. Oh well. My Adam's apple, this definitely came out more in the last few months. Like it's starting to like open and like there's like almost like a little dip in it. I don't notice that my voice cracks too much, unless I like point down, then it will start doing it. But it really, I guess, only happens when my voice is actually starting to deepen, and or when I say certain words like going or away, stuff like that have like a open vowel sound, I guess, or a longer vowel sound. I notice that my voice at the end of it will kind of, and I'm like, oops, sorry, that's awkward. I hate when my voice cracks, but I never really dealt with constant cracking. I read a post on Facebook from another trans guy who had started like putting the ends, like in the ends of my needles, like I do a little bit more than my dose, 0.25. I do like 0.3 pretty much, because some gets lost in the hub of the needle. And there was a guy who was talking about how he takes the end of it and he puts it on his face, like whatever's left in the hub, he tries to push it out and puts it on his face. Well, I tried that once, a couple weeks ago, and I'd put it like around this area of my face, and then like last night I did my shot, which I'll talk about too, and I went to go do it again, and then I realized that like I have acne under here now, and like I never have. I wash my face every day. I use a beard oil. I use face moisturizer from Dollar Shave Club, and it keeps my skin really soft, and like the oils are pretty much contained. I mean, I get more oil than acne, but I don't get acne. Like, it helps fight it a lot. But then I realized last night I was like going to do it and put it on a little bit, and I was like, wait a minute, this is probably why I'm breaking out. And I like rubbed it off really quick. I was like, no, I don't want this. So I'm hoping that it will clear up, because it's just like right under my chin and like right down here, and like start to spread a little here, and that's like where I put the oil, like the tea oil. And so I think that's why I started to break out down there. So I'm not ever going to do that again, because I don't get acne literally anywhere, and it's really, really nice. So I really want to keep it that way. So definitely a con. If you know, you find yourself doing that and you start noticing you're breaking out a lot more, that's probably why. It's kind of a testosterone myth that if you do that, it helps the facial hair grow. So I just tried it out, and I don't really know if it helped the tea oil, like the tea makes with my body and my face, helping the facial hair grow. I don't know. I just know that it made me break out, and I was like, no, bad idea. So yeah, usually, okay, so when I do my shots, I usually go fast. Like, I can't go slow. I don't know. I don't like the thought of going slow and feeling it go in my body. So I usually just go fast. Well, I think like certain times when I go too fast, I go at kind of an angle, and so then I straighten it out of my leg more. And then when I'm pulling the needle out, I feel it like nick a muscle kind of more. But it's not like I start bleeding, I just can feel it hitting things in there. So last night I took my shot in my left thigh, and I was like gonna go fast, and then I was like thinking about it, and then I just kind of like push it into my leg, and I push slow. And it's definitely a really weird feeling pushing it in, instead of just going quick, aspirating, and pushing it in and pulling it out. Then, you know, pushing it in, then aspirating and doing all that, but going slow. It felt weird. I was a lot less tense doing so, actually. And I still do the sides of my thighs. A lot of guys do the tops and push slow, but for me personally, I noticed that I have a lot of veins that go across the tops of my thighs, and I don't really want to hit that. So I kind of just stay away from that area, and I just do it over here. I mean, obviously I know I have veins all over my body, but on the sides of my legs, I feel like it stops it more. So I went slow, and I noticed I have like no pain. I did feel the tea go in a little more than normal, but I was a lot less tense, and it was actually quite comfortable. Pulled it out, and that was fine. Just put a Band-Aid on, good to go, no worries. A week before, I was in Boise, and my friend Fan's mom gave me my shot, and I'd like been scared to do my shot, so I was like, okay, I'll do my shot with you on a Saturday instead of doing it on Sunday, just because we're together, and you know, we might as well do our shots together. So we did. She gave me my shot, and she like pinches up my leg muscle, goes to put it in, pokes it in maybe like this much, and pulls it back out and goes, oh honey, that is not going in. And I was like, yeah, it's because it's in my muscle, like you have to just push it in there. She's like, okay, alright, fine. And then like goes to do it and does it again. Now mind you, I've already poked 2 vials, and then gets my leg poked again. And I'm like, oh my god. I'm not tense, but I'm like, oh my god, just give me my shot, please. I'm not trying to be rude. I just give me my shot. So she pulls back, she puts it back in again, and she leaves it out like this much, and then injects it really quick, like, and I'm like, oh my god, and then pulls the needle out, and I have testosterone like coming out of my leg, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not like being like, oh my god, what the fuck did you do? But I'm like, what the hell? So I just had to like take the alcohol swab, hold it over it, and hope that majority of my dose stays in my leg, because like, you know, probably like 1.15, you know, possibly came out of my leg, and that's probably a good thing I did 0.3 that day. But yeah, I had to like hold the alcohol swab over my leg till we got a Band-Aid on it, and put a Band-Aid on it. And I just noticed I was like super sore, because for one, she poked me twice, and 2, she didn't poke it all the way in. And I was just like, at that point, like, okay, I gave it a shot trying to have somebody else give me my shot, and that didn't work very well. And I'm not saying it wouldn't work when anybody else gave me my shot, but let's just not do that. Let's just give myself the shot. So from now on, I will definitely be giving myself my shot. I do still battle the needle like phobia. It's like a dysphoria of mine that I just like I freak out over every shot, and it really just it pisses me off, and it really gets to me and makes me like down on myself. But I think now going slow into my legs, I'm gonna keep trying that and seeing if it works any better for me, if it's more comfortable instead of just because I'll be like 1, 2, 3, and I'll just stab myself, and I won't be like I personally won't be ready for it. I'll just do it and be like ah. So hopefully that works. I know that my shoulders are still broadening. My pec muscles are starting to build up more. I've been going to the gym. Noticing that my body fat is still redistributing, definitely. My hips are relatively straight now, like my upper body and my waist to my hips is relatively straight. I have kind of wider hips. I mean, just the way I was born, that just happens. But it's not too bad, so it's kind of being covered up now. When I went and met with a personal trainer slash nutritionalist, I took my like body fat percentage or whatever, and I was 12.6. So I'm really lean, but I want to continue building lean muscle, and instead of just bulking up and then toning out. So I'm gonna keep working on that. I'm gonna get started on some meal planning now. Haven't been able to do that since I met with him a few weeks ago, but I'm still staying on the right track of being active and trying to eat better. So yeah, my eyebrows got super thick. That's probably something people have noticed, that they've gotten like a lot more bushy. I pluck my own eyebrows personally and just kind of try and keep them in check because they get wild. They come up like onto my forehead and they come all the way down to almost to my eyelids now, and my unibrow gets really bad. So I have to watch that. Yeah, I mean, other than that, there's not too much changes, but it's just kind of consistently going. I have my 1 year on T next month with like blood work and such is what I mean. And I'm hoping by then I can up my dose to 0.4 weekly because I'm doing 0.3 and I'm losing a little bit. So I'm still getting like 0.25, 0.257, 0.27 maybe, because I lose that little bit in the hub. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, and I'll keep you posted on that. You might notice that I'm wearing my Transy and apparel tee. Kamisha is at Kamisha M, like Cami Sham, is how I read it on Instagram. She is helping me by raising money towards my top surgery fund through this brand that she just started up. There's quite a few different t-shirts, colors, logos, all that, that are out right now. As soon as these ones sell out again, this was the first one that started, as soon as these ones go out again, a new design is going to drop. Now all of the logos and pictures and designs are all drawn by her. She's an amazing artist, so yeah, 50% of the funds of every purchase are going towards me and Bobby to raise for our top surgeries. And in 2 months, we've raised about $500 towards each of us, which is awesome. Like, I've been saving up money and stuff to get top surgery and to move out, and just paying my bills. And at my job, I don't make like enough to be able to like afford everything, so it kind of really sucks. But it's just really awesome that Kamisha was able to reach out to me and Bobby and pick us to be the first people to support with our top surgery funds, and just having these funds go to the trans community. So there's going to be quite a few people that come after us and everything, and I definitely am going to continue supporting them, because I can't just take from somebody and not give back, because that would be wrong, and that's just like bad karma, and I don't like negative vibes. So Flaunt Streetwear is also picked up Jet for his top surgery fund. They're about I think it's their 5th or 6th partner. And he is just an amazing guy, and I bought some stuff from Flaunt as well, because like I've supported everybody except for their very first person. I don't even know who it was, to get their top surgery, and I just think it's a really awesome opportunity to be able to support another person in achieving their goals and in their transitions. And I love to support everybody that I can possibly fit into my budget. There are a couple of other guys that have reached out to me asking me to support them, and as soon as I have the money to be able to spend on things like that. I will totally go out and buy clothes or, accessories and stuff like that they're trying to sell to raise money for their top surgery, because I just want everybody to be able to attain that goal. So yeah, other than that, I've just been super busy with work, so these updates are coming like a lot slower, but I mean, I have to work my ass off to get the things that I want in life, so it just feels really good to be able to do that for myself, and also have the support from everybody else to help me out. So, thank you guys for staying, subscribed and, like, waiting for my videos to come. I really do appreciate it more than anything. Like, I'd love to be, like, a role model and an inspiration to people that want to transition and, like, what they want out of their transitions. So, anytime anybody comes to me for advice or, has questions about the effects of tea or, family life and stuff like that, I'm always open to talk to people. You can always inbox me, direct message me on Instagram. All you guys can add me on Facebook. It's the same name as I have on here. Actually, it's Cash Felix. And yeah, like, I'm totally open to, supporting my community and being there for other people because of how many people have been there for me. So, yeah. I will definitely be uploading more often. I'm definitely going to do one for my 1 year on tea, because it's so crazy that I'm 18 now, and like the last year has just flown by, and I can't imagine how much quicker life's going to get now, because everybody says it goes faster as you get older. So yeah, I do hope to be moving to either Oregon or Arizona by the end of the year, so keep watch for that. I will be in the areas of the southern states by the end of the fall. And yeah, I hope to meet up with a lot of people in my trips through the states, so get at me. But yeah, anyways, I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys staying tuned and waiting for these videos. I will be uploading it actually tomorrow before work, or at least trying to upload it, so hopefully it will like upload while I'm at work, because I work 11 to close on a Taco Tuesday. So yeah, thank you guys. Have a great night. Bye.